Om Shri Sai Ram. Humble prostrations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Dhyana Vahini, Chapter 13. Developing One-Pointedness. Summary. It is possible to fasten the mind on one fixed point by means of steady discipline and persistent training in spiritual discipline. This condition is called one-pointedness. Concentration endows one with divine joy, wisdom beyond measure, inner vision, insight into the deeper truths, clearer understanding, and unison with the Godhead. When the mind flits from object to object, it must be brought back to the right path and the right object. If, however, the aspirant does not struggle to achieve this one-pointedness, but leaves the mind to itself, following its vagaries from this to that and that to this, the process deserves to be called monkey meditation, a type of meditation that is indeed very harmful to spiritual progress. Force the mind to be one-pointed. The chief purpose of concentration and meditation is to minimize the travels of the mind and force it to stay in one place. Holding it on that fixed stage, one should continue the spiritual practice for a long time. So too, when the Lord's form is meditated upon, the mind must dwell upon the form of each part in its beauty and splendor. Contemplating on that form, looking at it and seeing it for days and days, finally a stage will be reached when the form will disappear and you will forget yourself. That is the superconscious samadhi stage. If no feeling or thought persists, it is designated as the end of ideation, Bhavanasana. Control the senses as well as the mind. The senses can do nothing by themselves. If the mind is brought under control, the senses can also be controlled. The real discipline is the destruction of desire. The aspirant should establish mastery over the external senses. Then the mind must be controlled. When that is done, one can experience real spiritual bliss or ananda and visualize the Atma in its real form. Uncontrolled senses cause great harm. People in their grip cannot engage themselves in meditation even for a single second. Make slow but steady progress. The mind must be controlled by good habits. With practice, the mind will get fixed and the power of concentration will increase. To attain concentration and acquire one-pointedness, you must undergo exertion to some extent. Concentration alone can make meditation successful. Meditation is spiritual strength, the strength that will keep off the disease of worldliness, samsara. Key takeaways from this chapter. First, the nature of the mind is always to move from thought to thought and dwell in either the past or the future, never in the present. Before attaining thoughtlessness, development of a single-pointedness is an essential prerequisite, so gently coaxing the wayward mind to focus on the allotted task of simply watching the breath or focusing on the tip of the nose will give both the requisite attention as well as the focus required to attain inner stillness. Second, contemplating on the form of the Lord is also a secret key to opening the door to a higher consciousness. Sometimes the mind feels guilty that contemplation of one form alone will cause disrespect or non-invocation of another deity. This is not true. Through contemplation of the name and form of the Guru or deity of one's choice will automatically bring in the grace of all and the best that is required for you. So stay focused and unwavering. Third, constant awareness of what the external senses are drawing off you and consciously avoiding those triggers which spark excessive external attraction will better harmonize external actions and internal intent. If the external distraction is kept to a minimum, internal focus will better revel in quality and substantial progress can then be made. So, watch and control the external draw of the senses and your consequent actions first. End of chapter 13. Jai Sai Ram.